Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dank Shine, episode 7. It's our sickest, most dank show ever, mostly because I'm sick as fuck right now, and so is Zilly.
Yeah, man. Sick. We're sick in the good and the bad way, though. We're bringing some good StarCraft content to you guys, regardless. And we have with us this week a returning guest for the first time, James MygraiN from Psistorm. So, welcome, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So last time we had you on, we ran like a mini interview. We kind of wanted to go a little bit more in depth since it was your second time around, and also because we don't have a whole lot of content going on this week. We haven't had a whole lot happen. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself as just like a StarCraft player, like how you've like kind of progressed, like since like Wings?
Sure. I've been playing since I guess multiplayer release came out. I actually liked the campaign the most out of when I started playing. I remember when I played Brood War, that's like all I did.
It's a good campaign.
I loved it. That's always been my favorite part, and their cutscenes are really awesome. So that was like one of my favorite parts when I was younger, especially. Since Wings, like I've been playing. It's basically like been the only game that I play. Like I'll pick up like another game. Like I remember when like the first Tomb Raider came out, I played that, and there's some other games that came along. But yeah, like it's basically just been this. This is like the only game that I've played for the past like 3 or 4 years. So it's kind of weird when I say that, especially because I used to play so many different kind of games. But
Hey, man, nothing wrong with that. It's a great game, and there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. So I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
We know a little bit about you as a player, and what team. And you were talking about your team last time you were on, but I'm kind of curious about you, what you do outside of StarCraft, and thought you might share that with the people.
Yeah, sure. I guess in terms of work, I've been working with like kids on the autism spectrum for the past like 2 years, and that's been really awesome.
So what's it like working with Avilo?
Yeah, there's probably a lot of Protoss jokes I could make, but in case this video gets really popular and I get hired one day, they're like, "Hey, did you call all these people Protoss players who have autism?" So I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen to me. But yeah, that's been my job basically for the past couple of years, and I really liked it. So I decided to get my master's. I wanted to get an applied behavior analysis, which is basically like changing human behavior and stuff. That's just really cool. And I started going to grad school like last month. So I really like that, even though it's been like kind of easy. But I'll probably have to take more classes when I get like further down the road. And I used to work out a lot, but I haven't really done that. This has been like the only time in my life really where I've had like lots of free time, like after college. Like I used to work like 3 or 4 jobs. I think 4 was like the most that I did. I was like working with adults with mental illnesses. I was doing like the kids with autism thing. I sold cheese at Whole Foods.
Hey,
And
man, good for you.
yeah,
Making your own life happen,
yeah.
one day at a time, just doing what needs to be done. I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, thanks. And I guess the biggest reason too is like I have like student loans like out the ass
Right.
basically.
It wasn't all out of the goodness of your heart. It was also.
Yeah, I'm not a good person. I just need the money to live or I'll be dead.
The
So
truth comes
that's
out,
the
huh?
reason I do it.
Oh shit.
You're kind of like the Ryan Fitzpatrick of like StarCraft 2. I feel like you're too smart to just be playing this. Like, we do a lot better things.
But yeah, I think I owed like 80 grand like when I started. I'm down to like 50, so
Nice,
I'm
that's
kind of
impressive.
just like working it down like year by year.
Yeah.
But right now like I'm just doing school, and like I'm only working like 25 hours, so I actually have a lot more time to play. So I'm kind of excited to see where I can get to. Like I kind of want to like get like top 3 in a tournament, like one at like a Cheesedelphia or like a Psistorm LAN. And it's
Yeah.
hard when like Kelazar's there and makes you feel bad about yourself, but I think I could do it. I just right now I'm not really sure what to do to like take my game to the next level. Like I play a lot, but I don't think I'm at the point basically where that's like I need to do something else. Like I need to like watch replays. I need to
Yeah.
like
Do the toast build. Yeah.
do the toast build. Yeah, just switch my macro style, switch my like life philosophy to more of like a toast philosophy.
Yeah.
If you started playing like Haas, no one would expect it.
That's true
Like
actually.
if
Yeah.
you just if you went into the next Psistorm Cup or Cheesedelphia and you went like the 20 Oracle style, they'd be like,
Who is this?
Who the fuck is this?
This isn't the guy I know. He
Not
must be
MygraiN.
smurfing
They're
on
like
it. Somebody
double
else must be
checking rosters. Like,
smurfing on
is
his
Haas here?
account.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I should. I've been actually working on my cannon rush on
There we
Frost,
go.
so look out for that.
Cannon rushing, man. That's where it's at.
Yep.
It always feels good when you can pull one off.
Yeah, especially because like when Legacy came out, I wasn't sure that you'd be able to like cannon rush, so I stopped
Yeah.
doing it for a long time, and then I saw someone do it on Frost really easily, so I was like, oh, I can do it on that map.
I mean, I'm only a lowly platinum pleb, but what I like to do in PvP is double gas steal into cannon rush.
That's
'Cause
savage.
You can't do anything.
Yeah,
like,
what do you do? Like, I don't even know what to do. If you did that against me, I wouldn't know what to do.
You can try to leave,
Yeah.
but if the cannons get up, like you're pretty much done. Because then I'll just go like put a pylon like in the natural. Because
Yeah.
I always use 2 probes.
I would
like-
freak out if you did that to me. Don't play me on ladder.
Don't do that. Well, I'm not good enough anyway. Why do you play though? It's like, you mean, you've been playing for such a long time and you play at a high level, but like, what do you get out of it? Like, what does it do for you?
It's funny. I remember one time I was playing WoW, and my dad, my mom was like yelling at me for like playing too much, which like happened all the time. And my mom was like, "Why do you even play this game?" And my dad was like, "That just makes him feel good about himself." And I was like, "That's not true." And then like as I kept playing like over the years, and like as I got older, I think that's like probably like the biggest reason. I think when I play StarCraft, like I just like feel like you feel kind of smart, and like when you beat someone good, you feel like you have like a good understanding of something that's so complex. So it's really rewarding, just like mentally for me. And I remember I lived in Germany for like 4 months, and my host dad, I told him that I won a StarCraft tournament. I actually won. There's like a Heart of Storm release tournament, and I won that tournament, and
cool.
I won like a mouse and like $50 or something. And I told my host dad about it in German, and like he didn't speak any English. And so I was like trying to explain myself, like how I feel when I play the game. And I was like, I feel like a genius. Like I just feel like the smartest person alive. And he just like looked at me like I was an idiot. Like I know, because like when you explain like you really like video games, and that you watch people play video games and stuff like that, a lot of people don't really understand that yet. So when you try to explain it to someone, you just sound like an asshole. So
Isn't that a weird thing? Because like, I mean, I'm like an avid sports fan of like just regular sports like football, baseball, hockey, and it still blows my mind to this day that people just can't like figure that out. It's like I watch this the same reason you watch that.
It makes a lot of sense like when I explain it, but I guess like I guess video games for a lot of people like aren't there yet.
Nerds, it's for nerds.
Fucking nerds, yeah. So that's but I would say that's like why I play it. It kind of just like makes me feel good about myself, and like it's like rewarding. Just it makes me feel like I understand something that's really complicated, and it just kind of makes me feel nice, I guess.
No, I mean that's a good way to put it. I mean, I feel like a lot of us play for that reason. It's like an escape too. It's like I get home from work. It's like I ladder for a little bit, kind of decompress, and just
totally
forget about what all my problems, and then just worry about being supply blocked. And
it's weird though. I remember I used to like. There's sometimes like when I don't want to play. You know what I mean? Like when I'm not feeling my best. And I don't get that with any other video game where I'm like, maybe because I don't play it at other like high levels like I do with StarCraft, I guess, but. Like when I'm like tired, I like don't want to play StarCraft. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna play my best, so like why should I play? Like like it's fun for me, like, but I guess like the competition's like a really important part of it too. So like if I don't have that competition part, then it's like not as fun for me, I guess.
Sure.
That's why I've never done like I guess like unranked or like any of that other. I don't do like the custom games and stuff like that. Even though I did custom games a lot when I played Warcraft 3, but like without that competition part of it, it doesn't really do it for me, I guess. Just can't get it up for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Love it. So
go ahead, Zili.
I was just gonna say, it's kind of cool getting to see, what you're like outside of the game. So can you kind of speak a little bit more about the game? I know you guys had your Psistorm Cup last weekend, and you were one of the participants. So you want to talk a little bit about that? What it was like playing against Poke Bunny and some of the qualifiers and what stuck out in your mind?
Yeah, those lands are always just a really good time. Like you just meet the people that you're playing against all the time, and you get to see what they're like too in person, which is cool. And it's funny. Ray's like always comes to these tournaments, and I used to think like I don't know if this is actually true, but I used to think that he like hated me because whenever we would play, like and like part of me like understands that like okay, you play Protoss, like a lot of people like the race is like as good as like the other two or like as complicated and stuff like that. I remember like the first time I played against Raze, and he's like this top like 16 like GM Terran player. And he's like super nice in person, but I remember the first time I met him, I thought he like hated me, so I was like kind of scared to go up and talk to him. And I remember it was like a little bit awkward. I would like see him at like Cheese Elfie and stuff, and I like wasn't sure if I should say hi, because like I wasn't thinking. I thought he was like thinking in his head like, oh, this fucking Protoss guy is like bullshit. Like beats me in ladder sometimes only because he's Protoss. Like
all Protoss.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I lose.
yeah. So it's cool to see like people in person, and like your online like understanding of like who someone is it's like not even close to like what most people are like in person. Like almost everyone in a StarCraft tournament has been like super nice. I remember some people who have been like really BM online are like also like really quiet and like don't say anything. Like, so it's just really weird seeing this guy who's like called you like just the worst shit you could ever think of, and then in person he just like sitting there and just like.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are always really fun. There's like some people I've seen a lot like over the past like year or so. Like Alaris comes out to a lot of those, and she I stayed with her and No Regret at like LAN ETS. So I got to hang out with her a little bit. And there's the Philadelphia guys. There's like Taylor, there's Rays, and then Rob, who's like I hate playing Rob because he's just like one of the nicest guys ever, and he's really good at the game. So like whenever I play him on ladder, I get kind of nervous. I'm like, oh shit, it's Rob. Like I wanna beat him, but like he's so nice, and like if I lost, I wouldn't care. So and he feels the same way. Like when he plays like me or End of Line, I don't know if you guys know him. He's like our team captain. But he's like, yeah, you guys are just the best. Like I don't even want to play you. So yeah,
in the draw.
yeah. Just, we can both advance, right? Like that works. But yeah, just seeing everyone is really cool, and it's people who've been in the community for a long time too. So
Yeah, so
and
this is
everyone
the
has,
third
like, the
one you guys
same-
have had, right? You've been to all three? This is the
yeah,
third Psistorm Cup?
yeah, I've been all three. I think it was like Rough 1-1, Pilly 1-1, and then Kelzer just won that one. So yeah, I think I've been at all of them, and they're just awesome. Like and the venue's really cool, and
Yeah.
Where was it this year? Or no, was it the Fairfax Cave, right?
Yeah, Cave and Fairfax, which I guess
Gotcha.
we're like partnered with right now, and they always have like great venues, and everything's like clean and set up is really nice, and
Yeah, it seemed like a really intimate setting. We were talking with
Yeah.
Fear Dragon last week about Kings of the North and how kind of setting it up in a theater didn't provide the best atmosphere. It seemed like what you guys had down there in the cave was really cool, and it made it just like look like a lot of fun, even if it wasn't like the highest.
Especially because like there's
production
not like a huge seating area too, so you're kind of like I guess it kind of makes you talk to people more.
Yeah.
So that's like probably the best part about it. That I remember like when Eric was playing and stuff, I would be like talking about the games with like Kawaiian and stuff, and I'd just be like, Eric's such a fucking idiot if you just did this, like. So yeah, I mean, like I think I wouldn't say like any of us are like super close or anything, but whenever we see each other, we just have a good time with each other. So we're like, I guess we're like pretty decent friends, like when it comes to us being in person and stuff. I know a lot of those guys are a lot closer to, like I know Kawaiian and like the TA guys, they hang out a lot. So
Yeah.
it's always nice seeing those guys. I kind of want to get like a TA versus Psistorm rivalry going, but every time I bring it up, not everyone's like, yeah, let's do that, and then nobody does.
No one does it. You gotta organize it, man. You gotta be the one.
Yeah, I know. I gotta be the
Start
one.
shit posting or something.
Yeah, right now, start shit talking.
I just have to start a personal vendetta against
Right
TA.
here. Right
Yeah,
now.
Kawaiian, you're a bitch. Here, you're not the dang shrine. I'm calling you out, bitch.
Calling you out,
Best of
Kawhi.
5. Let's do it. Me and you.
We're gonna have to.
Raise you too, bitch. I know you.
Hey, Toast and Meal cast it right here.
Yeah,
Yep.
do it.
That'll be the first ever Dane Cup Classic.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll be teamless after that. So after saying that, so
Hey.
if you guys want to hook me up with a team, I could be your dang shrine like team
You'll be our
member.
ace,
Yeah,
man,
Team
for sure.
DS.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what do you think about the results of these games?
Sure. Yeah.
Not too many Zergs made it through. It was kind of cool seeing some of these
Yeah.
guys, even some of the guys from CTL who play with us were in the qualifiers for this. It was kind of cool. There were so many games. And then what did you think about no Zergs making it through?
Yeah, that's always
Creature
a
making
big
it to the
problem. Like the
finals.
East Coast, I know there's like some decent ones. Like I think Volts came to like the last Philadelphia, and he's really good. But like Eric End of Line is like the only other Zerg, and like Towley were the only other Zerg. So it's whenever we go to the East Coast tournaments, there's like never any Zergs. So that's always kind of upsetting, especially because it's my best matchup. So I'm always kind of bummed. But and we had like a ton of Terrans too.
Terrans
so
for
that
days,
kinda
right?
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there were only 3 Protoss that made it through to the
Yeah.
group stage.
Yeah.
Out of the group stage, so yeah, that's kind of tough. Kelazur really just pounded through this thing, and he looked really good last week.
Didn't lose a game, man. Like, I mean, he's just like so
He almost
so much
lost the
better.
game to you.
That's true. Yeah, you heard it.
So,
You heard it from Toast.
if you had beat him, clearly
Yeah.
you would have won the whole
That's true.
thing.
Yeah, I would've-
That's
easy.
right.
Yeah, he would have been so demoralized that he would have lost the other.
You can't
other
argue with that
against
logic.
Nope.
But yeah, the tournament was really fun, and actually Sugar is like I'm not sure if he's even GM, and he beat Tesla, who's like really good. He's like 5800 like MMR, and then he also beat Poke Bunny 2-1. So like that was crazy. Like when I remember when Sugar beat Tesla, Tesla was like screaming. He was like, "I got hustled." I got
hustled.
and he got.
Ringer,
It was
ringer.
on Frost, or no, Frozen Temple, and he did like a 1 base, like the 1-1-1 base that is really common. And Rob just like didn't handle it properly. He like let the Liberators and like tanks get set up and stuff, because you gotta like get it before that, or you gotta like give up the natural. You gotta do like one of those.
Yeah, it's
And
tough build.
he just didn't do that stuff, and he was so upset, and especially like 2-0, because like Rob's like actually he's been playing like a ton the past year, so he's really good.
Am I
Yeah.
wrong? Isn't Sugar on the Psistorm community team?
Yeah, he's on the community team. He's not
Oh,
even on a, yeah.
That's funny.
Well, time to bring him up.
There you
I
go.
just told him, I was like, Sugar, you gotta practice that 1 base all in versus me. I gotta.
Gotta be able to beat that shit.
Mhm. It's funny too, because I remember he knocked out one of our best Zerg players, end of line, or like one of our pro team guys, and he did like a 3 Rex Reaper build. So like he is like really nasty all ins. And I remember Eric was like super upset when he did 3 Rex Reaper, because he didn't expect his teammate to do that to him.
Yeah.
But it's a tournament, man. You gotta
Gotta do what you gotta
to
do,
win.
right?
Yeah.
So what about Creature? I mean, what do you think about him making it that far?
Oh,
That seemed like
Creature's awesome. Like his playstyle is super cool. Like he just plays like he's like a better me. He just like does stuff. He just like does everything standard. Like he's like, okay, now I drop the Robo, and then now I know this drop's coming, so I'll put 3 Stalkers there. Like he just like knows everything, and like when he plays, like you can tell like he just like knows what standard is, and he knows how to like make it work for him. I noticed he did like when like Phoenix like Charge a lot Archon Immortal
Yeah.
was like really popular. He
Yeah.
did that, and I was like, what is this, like 5 months ago? Like he made it work, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, but he just like played super straight up. It was really cool to see. Like I really like watching him play, especially because that's how I like to play, just like super standard.
But note to Creature, you can't beat Kelzer with that. You can't be the Yellow Terran with
Yeah.
with straight strats. You need to do the Toast build.
Yeah,
I'll teach you.
Yep.
I'll teach you the 5-gate the 5-gate yellow all in, which you don't have the economy for, but fuck it, we'll do
you
it
should
anyway.
charge. You should charge for those lessons, man.
Yeah, you got those on
I'm gonna
Wednesdays
start.
now,
I'm gonna
right?
start right now, guys. If you want lessons, hit me up at Dank Shrine.
Yeah.
$25 an hour, and I will teach you the ways of the
All in
toast
like a
and of
pro.
the Dank Shrine.
The ways of the dank toast. Let's do it.
Exactly. I will
Oh,
teach you
man.
Dank Toast style.
Yeah, I like the tournament. It was fun. It was really cool to watch. I liked, it's always cool to see guys out there just looking like they're having fun, and that's what it seemed like from a person watching it.
Definitely.
Yeah. So last week we had the Queen of the North, crowned, and then this week we had the King crowned, the King of KeSPA, Neve.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
Oh man, like it was just crazy. Like I think he was playing like Rogue, and he just did like the most standard like Adept build, and Rogue just like looked like he had no idea. He had like never seen it before. I remember like TLO posted on Twitter, he's like, wow, he like dives to like the most standard build ever. But like somehow like Neve just like he just makes those builds work. He always does like way more damage than like everyone else with the Adepts. He always gets like good positioning. Like he even makes me think that like I started doing that build a lot on ladder, and like sometimes when I like do it against people, I'm like, I think this might be overpowered. I don't want to say anything, but
David Cam, don't look at this.
yeah, but like you just in that, I don't know, like I just make like a fuck ton of adepts. I don't feel like I'm making any other units, but it like works. They like all their workers are dead, and then they like walk across the map with like 10 roaches, and I just like photon overcharge. So it's just like literally everything that could make a Zerg player mad. Like you just do that, and like it just that's the
It's
standard.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
like
Well,
how
speaking of beautiful, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this up real quick because
There he
oh
is.
man, the king himself, man.
There he
Yeah,
is.
we
Look
need
at
it
that
one more
crown.
time, just
What sucks
remember.
is he's leaving Korea, which is sad. And like I also thought that like you know how they did like a Kickstarter or whatever for the team house, I guess that
Yeah.
Scarlet I guess Neve's just not there anymore. Like I don't know if people knew that like when they gave money like that Neve was just gonna like leave after KeSPA Cup, but
Well, I'm sure he can help donate a little bit now.
I mean, I guess his work is done. He's gonna retire.
that I don't know. Well, he's not retiring. He's just
Nope,
gonna go back
nope.
to
I'm calling GG Nori. Retired. Gonna go out on top. Fuck
Hey,
BlizzCon.
You heard it here first, man.
Yep.
Here's the thing about that, though. I mean, he looked really, really good, but you were talking about his games against Zerg, and he damn near lost against Pet early on in that series.
Yeah, I mean, like
that
the
was
cheese
tough.
is like that. That just seems to be the way to beat him, I guess. Like anyone who plays straight up against him just like doesn't do well. Like, I mean, there were like PvPs, but you can't really say much about that. But like if you're playing against him, when he's playing against Zerg, then I guess you can't really play straight up against him. He'll just adept you to death. And he didn't do anything else, right? Like he did like Archon drop and like adepts. That's it.
Yeah.
He
So
made
it's
Colossus against Trap, I think, in one of his
I
Yeah,
games.
think he needs to play No Regret more.
yeah, well, he lives with him, so.
But I mean,
That's what I'm saying,
it was
like,
cool.
he
I think he
should've
got really
earned a
lucky.
chance.
Let's be honest. Like I think he's really good, and he played pretty much, in a lot of games perfectly. There were a couple
Yeah.
that he made mistakes, but I think that he got really lucky that he was in PvP because it just seems that he has a complete and total
Yeah.
handle on that matchup, and just
Well,
kinda
yeah, I
can
mean, but he
outclass
knocked out a
opponents.
Zerg to get there, so it's like,
Yeah, but that was,
Yeah,
I mean, that
no,
was by
but,
the
like,
skin
to
of
get
his
to the
damn
finals,
teeth, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like he seemed to just like know what to do, and it's funny too because I thought that like the adept stuff was gonna be more the meta, but it's like right back to like disruptor blink is
Man,
like what
Disruptor
everyone's doing, right?
dodgeball, and that was fun to watch. Let's just be real for a second. That
I
was
mean,
a
they
really
do
cool
so
tournament.
much damage. They're exciting. Like when one hits, you're just like, oh shit!
Like, and
look at
there were so many points, especially game 4, in the finals
My
of Neve
God.
versus Trap,
Yeah.
where it was just like edge of your seat. Did you see the caster afterward during the interview that had the
No.
armpit sweat stains that were just like as big around as his head? It was unreal, man. I mean,
That's
that's
awesome.
fun to watch. I'm sure those guys
It
were just
really
having
was,
a
yeah.
hoot, casting that.
It's so playing like that too must be like so stressful. Just like you lose like a bunch of shit to like one disruptor hit, and it's just like fuck.
And he has such a good handle on it. And it's funny because you don't see the Koreans typically playing that way, but it seemed as if
Yeah.
Trap kind of had a good handle on it. But Neeb, almost in a way that like Zerg does run-bys, was able to just go in and do economic damage with his adepts, and at the
Yeah.
same time like having perfect vision of everything that was going on.
Right,
I think
yeah,
that
he
was
got
the biggest story.
like that one good shot with like the bushes. Do you remember that?
That was
Like,
the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got like 4 disruptors or something like that too.
And it
And
was
he plays with the he plays with the like what is it called, the oracles too, so that helps a lot.
yeah, like he had literally had revelations going on, after it was to that point in
Yeah.
the game, like 3/4 of the time,
Yeah.
and
You have
Trap
to,
just
I
didn't
mean,
have it.
Just if you don't see one of those coming, like especially if you get like a flank with one of those, like you're fucked. Like
Absolutely.
because you're spending so much money on those, like you can't really transition until you like get like 4 or 5 bases and you go into Tempest, but anything before that,
You know, it's
doesn't really
weird.
work.
A mirror matchup that could go down as one of the best games, in StarCraft history.
Do you
just
think
in
so?
terms of
Like the
excitement,
Tempest game, like the
It
there
wasn't
are a couple
Tempest.
Tempest games, I guess, like the one on Frozen, no, King Sejong Station. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, I meant game 4 between Trap.
Oh,
and
okay,
Neeb,
yeah,
but, with
yeah,
the-
that was a sick game.
that
like,
was, but it was a mirror matchup, and it was kind of crazy to think about
One of the
that.
best matchups, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I think it was one of the best mirror matchups, maybe even one of the best matchups ever. And it was crazy because Neeb was so far behind. Like he literally lost 2 warp prisms in that game,
yeah.
and it was like behind the entire game. And if I was him, I think I would have just left. at a few points,
Yeah, it's like KeSPA Cup though, so you can't just be like, all right,
Yeah.
see you guys. Like,
Later. Pull my-
I'm angry, so I'm just gonna leave this really important tournament.
Do you think? So I mean, TY beat Zess in a 3-0, pretty handedly. And then he loses to Trap. Do you think if he beats Trap, TY has a better shot at?
That's what I was gonna say.
Definitely, yeah, he definitely did. I think, especially because, I saw Beyond play Neeb in the StarCraft, like King of the Hill thing, and yeah, he looked like way more beatable versus Terran. Like I think his like PvZ and his PvP are really good, but I think maybe his PvT might be his worst.
Yeah,
right now.
I think so too, because it's just Terran just has that ability to kind of tear you apart, no matter how good your
Yeah.
vision is. If
Especially when you're Beyond, where you have like 6 units and you're just like dumping them out of medevacs and like back in them every like second. So,
right,
like,
right,
none
and
of
that
your
was
units
something that
take
he had been
damage.
talking about. Is he had practiced a bunch with Beyond, and Beyond was just beating him to hell, right? So
Yeah.
that just goes to show that he's definitely has that weakness in that matchup. And TY, I mean, he beat the hell out of Zest, going for like
Yeah.
3 CC builds. I don't know if you watched
Dude,
that.
yeah,
but
he did that like he was like, I'm no gas, I'm just gonna build a bunch of command centers. And he did it like did he do it every game, or did he do it like at least twice, I think?
Hey, sorry about that. We had a little bit of a cutout, but yeah, it was crazy that TY was able to beat Zest going like 3 CC, and that's just something that you don't
Yeah.
see in the meta. And
Because Zest is like, I think he's like more known for like having good PvT, so it was like even more surprising. But I would have loved to see TY versus Neeb. That would have been sick.
Yeah, I think that would have been a better matchup.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
think I'm really disappointed we didn't see that either, because Trap, and it's people said that Trap wasn't in shape going into this tournament. Like
Wasn't?
yeah, people said that he like wasn't in good shape, and he made it to the
Wow.
finals. So I mean, and that can't you can throw that out there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
you don't just say
no.
that like if you're in good shape, right? So I think
Yeah.
he would have been really good
I
to see
don't
TY.
want to see him in good shape. Then holy shit, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
that's
what could he have done if he was in shape?
But
Yeah.
TY was really close to winning a couple of those games. There was one blink all in where it was kind of just a build order loss, and then I think there was a couple points where losing, not sniping a ward prism for TY kind of cost him the game, and they were really close. And TY looked really strong. So
Yeah.
I think that was the other big thing to me in this tournament was TY making a run, and I was kind of upset that he wasn't in that finals. But hey, man, we got a foreigner victory, so
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
like,
complain.
finally, man. The first time
America.
ever.
The first ever, and it was hype. Like it was super fun. I
It
wish
was-
Neeb
yeah.
was a little bit more excited. Is the only complaint.
Yeah, I wish he just. I was talking to EJK about this. Like, he just doesn't really have a personality. Like, I mean, like, it kind of sucks. Like, I wish it was kind of like we're Huck, where he would have just like done something crazy. Like, he would have had a celebration planned and like would have had like a Canadian flag on his back or something. Like, I just don't think Neeb's ever gonna do stuff like that. He's just like a nice like.
He's too
guy.
nice.
I think
Yeah.
you're right, and we've talked about this before with Fear Dragon last week. But you got to give him the credit. Like he's super young, so
That's
Yeah.
true.
you know,
Yeah,
give him a
that's
little bit
true.
of time. But I definitely agree with it. I think everyone does that. The lack of personality sometimes can be difficult.
Yeah, I mean that's why people love like pro wrestling and stuff because it's just like personalities and
Oh, yeah.
you get addicted to like seeing them. Like I remember every time like Stone Cold Steve Austin would come on, I'd just like throw cans everywhere and like pretend I was war. Like,
We
Yeah.
could make that happen. Neeb and
Triple
Stone
H.
Cold
Yeah,
Steve Austin.
yeah.
You got to be like MC, just blowing it up.
yeah, someone should tell Neeb, and I think you know what I think it would make him have like a lot more followers and stuff too. Like if he had a personality, like people would like cling to that so hard,
I
especially.
think he would have more fun if he like.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, he's winning now, so I'm sure he's having fun. So hopefully a little
Yeah.
bit more comes
Well,
out.
I mean, you say that, but like, I mean, I think when you practice so much, like sometimes, like, it is like to an extent it's fun, but it's also like your job.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't have fun like with it,
And
then it becomes more work. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Also too, like I don't know if this is like too tangential, but like do you think if you're like doing something that much when you're that young, does your personality like not develop? Or you're just like
Right?
Are you just like playing StarCraft?
I mean, literally,
like,
he just
Well-
got out of high school. Like he was
yeah,
in
exactly.
high school.
Like I mean,
a couple
No,
months ago, right?
here's the thing. I recently went back and I read an interview
Mhm.
back from like 2013 of his when he was like first coming into the scene, like when he was still playing Terran and stuff.
yeah,
And in the interview, he was talking about like how he loved to play RuneScape and da da da. And like it was kind of like he was like, even though it was text, it was like, like talk. It was like, who is this interview with? Because this doesn't,
Yeah.
this isn't the person I know. Like, is this a different
he
need?
said
Because
he said he changed a lot over the past year, so I don't know if that has something to do with
puberty, man.
maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
He's late
He's liking
bloomer.
girls now, and he's just like, oh, I can't.
It's
Gotta be good at StarCraft.
like I gotta get back home to take care of something.
All right, guys, we got the 5-minute warning here, so let's
All
go
right.
down through our general fluff news to end the episode.
Okay.
We got a couple things, a couple big things going on right now. So we have Beyond joining Team Expert with Scarlet. That's pretty juicy.
That
Finally, Teamless Terran, getting on it.
They teased like a bunch of other players. Like they posted like a Twitter message with like the country flag of like where they're
Yeah.
from. So they're probably gonna get like a pretty awesome team. And I wonder if like they're gonna if Pro League's gonna be a thing, then are they gonna be doing that? And
Could
so
be.
it's really exciting.
Could be. And then also, so we have like a resurrection almost, because we have someone we have not seen for a long time joining a team. Hero, as in Liquid Hero, has now joined Team Revolution.
Yeah, really cool.
I'm kind of super excited about that. I love Liquid Hero.
Yeah, he's.
Like-
I mean,
And
he's
shouts-
just awesome.
And no coincidence that Gemini 19's been streaming again. It's
And Golden. Oh my
Yeah.
God, Golden's coming back.
Yeah, he gets his military service is done, I guess, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So the next thing
Speaking of
we have
military
is,
service, salutes to DRG who just shipped
That's
off.
right. That's right. Yeah. And then the
Go
next
get
news
'em.
we have is that Hydra.
Go get 'em.
Wow.
Not stay safe. Go get them.
Good game, guys.
So the next news we have is Hydra can't attend BlizzCon because he's getting married. I think a lot of people are giving him a hard time on this. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's choosing not to.
it's-
But
I mean, like,
Yeah.
what kind of choice is that? He said he booked the venue like a year ago, so he can't, not go.
just to-
Imagine like his wife is just like, yeah, we're just not gonna get married because I gotta play this
yeah,
video game.
just to people who are mad at Hydra, real life things kind of matter.
Oh,
getting,
come on.
getting married is
Is
pretty
anyone even
important,
mad at
so-
Hydra? Like,
Yeah, no, like on Reddit and TL, there was a lot of people that were like, "How can you throw away money like this?" It's like,
that's crazy. Like,
Yeah, just remember people that there's things other than StarCraft. So
yeah.
Marriage is important. And the last thing we have is patch
This game
3.7.
for for cash.
You're cutting out a little bit, Toast. So I'm going to move on here. Patch 3.7. We teased the separate MMR per race, but we also have announcer packs coming out, and this is really
Yeah.
cool. Like, it's just awesome that they're bringing so many things that fans want. Nobody has anything bad to say about this.
About
It's
time.
awesome.
Like, the stuff the community's been wanting for like 5 years. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad
finally
they're-
happening.
yeah.
So, and it's cool. So you will be able to download the Toast and Zili Dank Shrine pack. Be looking out for that. We'll have it on the SoundCloud, and you can go ahead and put that, and you can listen to us tell you that you need to make additional pylons. And I think that Toast's connection kind of cut out, so we're both feeling a little bit under the weather. We're going to make the show a little bit shorter. So thanks again, James, for joining us. It's been great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And-
Thanks so much for inviting me.
Yeah, and we'll catch you guys again soon.
All right, take it easy.